what has life been like? Like I bet it's like
Okay, so
soothing.
yeah, dude, let me tell you all about it. So basically, me and Victoria had like 700-day snap streak, and that was the main reason I was still using Snapchat
Yeah.
because we've been snapping since the day I met her, even before we started dating. So
That's really cool.
we had that Alaskan cruise that you went
Hmm.
on,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
And I was like, okay, this is a perfect excuse to break the streak, right? So I turned off my phone. We agreed, okay, we're gonna end the streak. And I didn't look at my phone the entire cruise.
Yeah.
So that was my excuse to be like, okay, I can get rid of Snapchat now. And that was on July 14th. So it's been almost 2 months.
The and
Um,
a lot of the cruise is like without service, if I recall right, too. So it was kind of like a no-brainer for you to just be like, hey, let's do this.
yeah, especially when you're like in open sea, you basically have no service.
Right. Did you fuck with it? I
So,
just what are some Alaska thoughts? Do you have
oh
any?
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
first of all, the cruise was amazing
Yes.
because I just felt like completely disconnected from the world completely. Um, it was awesome. So then I get back and I have like 1,000 photos, and I'm like, all right, I got to share these photos. So I re-downloaded Instagram, posted, and I think the the caption was just like going off the grid. Be back later.
That was your official goodbye. You had a cryptic goodbye like Juice World.
Yeah, I go going off the grid. So it's been about 2 months, and the reason I did it was really to like to reset and just clear my mind. But what really like triggered me is that every social media, I feel like people are like trying to make their content like go with the algorithm or whatever. They're always like subscribe or like so that the algorithm gets me back, and everybody's like fighting to just like meet
Yeah.
this algorithm. And it's so cringe to me. Like all the videos on TikTok, a lot of the Instagram, even like most of YouTube. And I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm out. I'm out of the internet sphere for the time being just to like get away from it.
That's super interesting. I mean, so we're basically rolling right now. I don't know where this will fit. We'll do an open here too. But yes, Austin is returned. He has slipped by security. The prodigal son is back. I think people are going to enjoy this. So good to have Austin back and be back here on Wigging It. So what do you do when you're taking a shit?
Bro. So at first, if you ever do it, you will be so fucking bored. Like, I'm not even kidding. I would just sit and like stare at the wall for like an hour
Yeah.
because I didn't know what to do. And then
Well,
like,
do you have like games on your phone still or not?
so not really,
Yeah.
but like Bo Platts keeps like
Yeah, yeah, he's
getting
got
me.
yeah.
He keeps getting me to download these like phone apps. So that's what I do while I'm pooping is I play like Stumble Guys, which is
Sure.
like Fall Guys. Um, but dude, I'll tell you what, like you're really bored. Like I started reading books.
Huh?
I started like just trying to do other stuff, and it's kind of ass for real, but it is nice to just like be completely out of the loop, you know?
Well, those are
How does it feel?
my pros are like you don't see the ads on social media too. That's what I hate about Twitter's just nonstop ads when I'm trying to like the con for me is I wouldn't be able to stay informed. Like I crave information. I mean, Kelsey would love it because I am addicted to my phone. That's what it is, like but for Twitter, it's for information. But yeah, like I'll go on Snapchat. I'll open Instagram right now and I'll get pissed at myself. I'm like, what am I even doing on this app? Like it'll show me fucking follow like people I don't even follow now. I'm like, I can't even scroll through this without getting pissed off.
So
Yeah,
that's a good point because like it's also another way like for me to like prove to myself that I don't need my phone because
Mhm.
like everywhere you go now, people are like constantly looking at their phone no matter what. Like it's gotten bad. I
Yeah.
can't even watch 10 minutes of a movie without Victoria going on her phone. And we get in like our biggest fights separate. It's
Dude,
crazy.
almost harder.
So,
The
like,
viewing experience for me is having my phone out and it's honestly ruins the feature film, but that's where I'm at.
And she's like, I'm multitasking. I can do both. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care if you can multitask. You're not watching the film. You're just listening.
Yeah.
So like, it's the whole thing where it's like we're constantly being like dopamine spiked, and then we put our phone down. We're depressed, and it's like it's actually like to me the most addicting drug in the world. And it's sort of just a thing. It's a way to prove to myself that I can do without it.
Jack.
Yeah. I could never.
That was my first thought. Yeah.
I have a very addictive personality, unfortunately. So I love the dopamine stimulation, even though it's horrible. I probably should though, like probably make work a lot easier. Just like working from home. That's another thing is like, you just have like, there's no one there to like tell you not to do it. And I mean, yeah, I'm impressed that Austin's gone this long, but hats off. But I'm with Dylan. Like, I love being informed on what's going on.
Informed, and it passes the time for me. Like, holy crap, if I need time to go by, I'm almost like begging for something to intrigue me on social media. And to your point, sometimes it doesn't.
So I will say, like, I was so out of the loop with the news and stuff. I still am. So I have re-downloaded Instagram and created a new account just for Jerry News. You know Jerry News?
Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm with that. Yeah, just so that's how you stay informed. I mean, you're not going to go to 6 o'clock your local news just because you're off social media. Yeah.
And Jerry News posts like the main, like the most interesting stuff in my eyes, even though it's every couple days. I also subscribe to this email thing that sends you like the main updates every morning.
New York Times,
morning.
right?
So like I'm kind of in the loop on the news in general, but when it comes to like pop culture or like internet news, I'm clueless. Like Jack was talking about, or they were talking about like that lady on the plane that was like yelling about the fake person. And I had
what
no
did you
clue what they
see,
were
by the
talking
way?
about.
We still haven't gotten to the bottom of that. Doesn't she have an OnlyFans now? Yeah, she really, I think, took advantage. That's where we are at social media right now. This woman freaks out, is on God knows what, says she sees a shapeshifter, and now she's selling pictures online and making probably a lot. Well, that's what.
Are you sure she has an OnlyFans?
I swore I thought I saw that. All right, man. You know what? That's also.
I think she's just trying to build her brand like normal.
Right. Okay.
She seems wholesome. You're just kind of hot.
Imagine that being
So
the way you became famous.
Hey, you know what? Crazier shit's happened.
Yeah.
You have a fucking freak out, and yeah, you get fucking famous. All right, well, that's what we try to be here for, right? We keep you up to date with the silliness that we live in. Sometimes we like to start somber, as we did last week, and it's another somber start, but it might be a celebration for most. R.I.P. Mean Girl Pod. Oh boy. Barstool Sports, what a time to be alive. Mean Girl Pod was basically like Jordan Woodruff and Alex. I don't even know her name, but it was a terrible podcast. It was something they would post clips on the main Barstool Sports Instagram channel and be like, yeah, I agree. That's why the Patriots are going to win the Super Bowl this year. And they were just talking about nonsensical stuff. But do you have any thoughts about Barstool? Or have you probably not been in tune about it? But you know about Dave selling the company and everything, Austin? Or buying it back. Sorry.
Yeah, like I still have YouTube, so I'll go on YouTube every now and then still. And like when that Barstool stuff happened, I definitely hopped back on YouTube to watch that stuff.
Yeah.
The Barstool thing's really cool, how he's like cleaning house, kind of like Elon Musk did.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't hear about the Mean Girls podcast. Are they fired?
They didn't renew their contract. Yeah. So like there was drama because a bunch of people got fired, right? Like he cleaned house, a lot of business people, but then there was like a couple producers and social media guys. And then of course, Mean Girl Pod sticks around and they do one of their cringe ass videos that people fucking freak out about. And then, I don't know. So finally it came out today that they just didn't renew. I mean, they weren't even like showing up to like, they thought they ran the joint from what I gathered. And like, they weren't even showing up to do work and shit.
They thought they were Alex Cooper and Brianna, and I guess they weren't.
Yeah. Like at least Brianna like grinds, like she'll actually, and holy shit, she could probably not show up. She's the one. She's dating Zach Bryan now, right?
They got a new chick who they said is going to be the next Brianna.
Dude, what are your thoughts on that? Are you hip on Movie?
Yeah, I got hip on Movie the other day. I fuck with Movie.
Yeah, she's cool. She's different.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
The chick that hangs out with Jack Mack.
Yeah.
Monkey, pull her up.
Yeah, Alex, her name's Mooby. I don't know if maybe that would show up on just a Google search.
Dave had her, but like you could tell that they like her because Dave brought her on BFFs.
Yeah, what did they kick the other chick, Brianna's friend, off? They're like, no, sorry, new girl.
What
they were like,
Mooby?
Dave was honestly Mooby. You're probably going to be like the next Brianna. That's what he said on there.
Yeah, I loved how Dave didn't even know she existed in the company until like someone like came up to him in public and said that. Yeah, I don't like she's hey, what I found interesting was like I think that she dropped it maybe in that interview where it's like that's like how Barstool operates. It's like, okay, hey, you have so many followers, we'll bring you aboard, you're an intern, maybe you start out higher. And then I think it was like you have to post content 4 times a day and it's either sink or swim. And I found that interesting. I was like 4 times. I mean, hey, it's down to a science now, in this creator industry. But
dude, I don't know how to find this person.
It's spelled with zeros. It's spelled with zeros.
Yeah, just do like Barstool new girl M00.
Wait, he's making them post 4 times a day, everybody?
I think that's just the expectation.
Right. I think that's what I heard. Like, if you're going to be in content, it's like, hey, you do this, maybe forwards for the algorithm. And
that's how the algorithm.
Yeah.
I see. I'm all over the place with this spelling.
Yeah, there's not many images ever, but like, yeah, this is her. Oh yeah,
this is the chick. Yeah. She's fine. I mean, again, I'm a Barstool fan for the sports content and Frank the Tank Fleming, but I also get what they're doing with broadening their niche horizon. She kind of looks like my friend's wife.
Yeah, she's
fine.
But she's fire. She's got a raspy voice. She's cool.
Yeah,
for real.
But yeah, all of a sudden she's a co-host on BFFs. I was like, okay, yeah, so, go ahead,
dude. What about the Grace chick?
The what?
Who?
Grace, she's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Did they just boot her? Like, where'd she go? Yeah, that's
she is so not.
Dave was probably like,
I'm
not. Who are we going with here? Yeah, dude, she is not funny to me at all. But
like her whole like humor is like self-deprecating and like, I'm Grace, but it's like,
oh, exactly. You're still sorry. What are you saying, something, Jack?
This kid from Mizzou was on it, and Brianna and Josh hosted it, and they would have her just like like this. I'm not kidding. I literally wanted to throw my phone at the TV. Like the shit she was saying was so cringe. Like exactly what you're saying. Like, and it's like not funny.
I can't handle that. So Austin's at least catching headlines, right? Even though he's off social media. This one caught me by surprise. I think it was a New York Times article, and I think it just came out today that he has been captured. Escaped murderer seen in Philly as police chase in helicopter, blaring his mother's voice. At first I was like, is this guy like literally insane? They were they were trying to get his mom, like literally a recording to get him to turn around. I guess he escaped from prison. He's running through Philly neighborhoods. And I feel like this didn't get enough coverage.
Or how he escaped, it's insane.
Yeah, did you see that video? He like did like some fucking kung fu shit, like up the
ceiling and went through a duct.
Yeah, you can see right there. Yeah, he's literally using his body to propel himself. I mean, that's crazy.
And he was missing for 2 weeks, and then they finally caught him, and the whole police department literally flipped up with him and got a picture with him while he was standing like in the middle. I'm not kidding. It's all these dudes in like SWAT gear and like because it took them 2 weeks to find him. Yeah,
dude, how are people still escaping from prison?
That's a great question. That was a real life prison break. But I mean, Michael, what was his name? Damn, Michael Schofield. He planned it, right? He tattooed his body. This guy literally just used his skills. Yeah, he's dipped. And first of all, like, how are you going to be the guy on duty that lets like this guy out? Like how no one saw him finally, like, hop through the barbed wire and run away from the prison out of those towers.
It also just that I don't know if you saw the article title, but it says murderer who escaped Pennsylvania prison used the same route as another inmate. It's like two.
Yeah,
The guards got to be in on it.
Yeah,
I've designed prisons in
Really?
every single diffuser in ductwork.
You probably have an NDA.
do you really?
Well, I'm just saying the grills have security on them. You can't just pop the grills out.
Sorry, I just don't want you to incriminate yourself, but
You can't even acknowledge if you have one or not. We'll cut that, or maybe not. Who knows? That's super cool, but
no,
not cool that
I know what you're saying. Yeah, the design and everything.
Also, wait, he was gone for 2 weeks, and then they found him. I thought after like day 2, you never find the person.
Dude, they found.
Yeah, they found. I mean, now it's in social media. Like they found. I saw a report that this guy had previously like gone into the Brazilian jungle to evade. Like he prepared to fully. Like this guy's a real life Jason Bourne kind of. Like he was able to fucking evade people for 2 weeks, and then somehow they got him. Like people saw him in backyards and shit. That would scare the fuck out of me.
The dog took.
They like didn't have really. They picked him up on that trail cam. That's what that like photo was, where he was like in black and white. It was like one of those hunting trail cams that happened to be in the woods, and that's where they like, saw.
And what you just said, Alex, right? I forgot. I saw that the headline: "A dog subdued him." Does that mean it literally killed him or took him down? Well, he's probably alive. Yeah.
It says basically, they were chasing him with an aircraft, and Border Patrol tactical, Border Patrol dog ultimately pinned him down. Is kind of how it reads.
Jesus, I need to see a documentary about this. That's going to be fire. Jack, keep us posted if anything comes out.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch I Almost Got Away with It or something like that?
I don't think
we would always watch it with Brides.
Are you sure? Not Prison Break?
No, it was like Almost Got Away with It, and it was like reenacting the stories of people that like got away from prison. It was
okay.
Fire.
2010 show.
Look, all right. Look, this is blurry. Website.
Oh, sorry.
I see. Yeah. What were you saying, Jack?
I don't know if I have the access to it, but I was just going to show you real quick. This is.
Oh, good work.
It's blurry. It's like you can see them taking the picture, like all flipped up with him.
I can't even see it. I think the dinosaur is still loading. This thing might overheat.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop that.
No worries.
Bro, what are you using?
What?
What computer?
Laptop of college.
Your computer from college you're using?
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
Let's get a GoFundMe for Jack.
Yeah, I have a work laptop, but I just am always weary if I should use it for this or not,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
IDK, I don't know. I wrote IDK. I don't know why I just read that out loud. I don't know why I didn't think this was a thing, because of course it totally was. Rotten Tomatoes has been accused of taking bribes for its ratings. Yeah, bro. Fuck it. That's why IMDb is the people's choice. That's where you get the authentic ratings, baby, because you get the user reviews and then you get the bullshit critic reviews, and you can compare and contrast. I don't know. Everyone's quoting Rotten Tomatoes like fucking Bible, but yeah, dude, totally tainted.
Dude, that's like insane news. They should be kicked off everything.
That's what I say.
Between 2018 2019, between October and January, Rotten Tomatoes added 8 reviews to Ophelia's score, 7 were favorable, but I guess it was a paid bribe sort of thing.
Heady play by the movie companies that kind of were like, hey, you think we could kind of get in somebody's ear over there and just get ahead of this? Because I mean, they know Rotten Tomatoes is super popular. I'm surprised there wasn't more outrage around that. I saw it. I was like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, what are we doing with that?
Well, I'm pissed about it.
Yes,
That
thank you.
counts.
I'm trying to create awareness about this. I was not aware of this, and I think Jack, maybe, hopefully, you can give me some information. But Danny Masterson, that 70 show guy, he's put away, right? Okay, so he's gone. Now, apparently, Mila Kunis, Ashton Kutcher wrote letters in defense of him, or like give this guy a second chance. And now all these people are like, wait, conspiracy is coming out. They're all in some cult. They're friends. They're all in on it together. Tell me about this girlfriend of Ashton Kutcher that was murdered. Like 20 years ago? I did not realize this was a thing. Isn't this a?
Yeah, I think I thought that it was that Ashton Kutcher happened to be a witness of a murder. I thought the murder
Yeah,
is because
I had even heard this story, but apparently, like, he came home to a dead body.
yeah, like someone like, and it wasn't him, like someone.
Yeah,
Yeah, by the Hollywood Ripper. That
Jesus.
yeah.
Christ.
So I guess they caught Ripper was, but yeah, he like had to testify and everything. But to your point of the Danny Masterson thing, his family reached out and asked them to write like character witness statements based on like what Ashton Kutcher said in the video, who they knew for 25 years. And then now that he got guilty, they that video where they were like, we're so sorry we ever even did this in the first place, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, so they're catching hella flack. More flack than Ashton Kutcher saying he voluntarily doesn't shower for weeks.
They're trying to like one, he was like on Punk'd, he was talking about Hillary Duff, and he was like, Hillary Duff's 15. He's like, but those girls that everyone's waiting to turn 18.
Yeah, I saw that.
Cringe.
Wait, weren't they in like this Church of Scientology?
Oh yeah, that came out too. Yeah,
Danny Master, yeah.
It was Ashton Kutcher in that church.
They hung.
There's a lot.
They hung around it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, ex Scientologists.
Bro, those people are weirdos.
Oh yeah.
Basically,
like, how do you make science your religion? I don't even get it.
Dude, basically,
two things I hate. Combine them.
Sounds like everybody's on the team that these people are part of Scientology.
Yeah. Alex, I've got a good question for you. I was kind of thinking about this, but so football's back. I'm loving every second of it, but I always I have like a guilty conscience. I've been going live on YouTube, doing the Corbett's Corner. It's just easier, right? I'm doing the show anyway, and then it just posts right to YouTube. I've thought about, should we do that we would have a harder deadline, but the dinosaur might be lagging too much for it to be live, but I don't know. Maybe if we wanted to do that, that'd be an option. Because we get together every Wednesday more times than not at the same time. But we'll talk about.
You mean do like football?
No, I'm sorry. I'm saying like record Winging It live. Like instead of like here we record it, disseminate it, but we could be on the fly, be a little bit edgier. Have to watch our tongue. Like that. Yeah. So
yeah.
But so football's back, and it's like, all right, so I just, Tua's back, right? People thought he shouldn't play football ever again. He's out there like nothing happened. DeMar Hamlin nearly died on the field. He's a healthy scratch. He's back. He's back, but he's not good enough to actually play, but he has to make the team because that would kind of be a shitty story if he didn't make the team. Are you guys going to let your kids play football? And Alex, the question I have for you is like, I don't know if I will, if he has the talent to, yeah, but I would say go quarterback where it's literally positioned to be the safest. Cause it's like, I don't know. And like now Antonio Brown is self-diagnosing himself with CTE. And I think he's right, by the way. And you're seeing so many stories about just like even guys that stopped playing in high school having CTE. Shit like this. You're seeing more and more stories. We don't know it. And it's like, so Alex, do you regret playing football? Like looking back on it, but also there's a part of it where it's like, it's a fun ass sport. Everyone loves it. It's the American dream. And it's a game you love playing with your friends.
Looking back, putting myself in that moment. No. I think the team aspect is hard to beat, you know what I mean? But like I guess you can get that from another safer sport to the point of like letting your kids play. Yeah, as or our friends, like as our friends are starting to have kids and everything, I'm like, holy crap, I'm gonna be a dad one day. And if I have a kid who wants to play football, I don't know, dude. Yeah, I think you're right. Cause like I can't be a hypocrite, but at the same time, I would totally raise my hand like I did and say that I probably suffered too many head injuries playing a defensive position where my one and only job was to straight up put my head into somebody.
Dude,
And that's what watching football now, you like NFL, it's almost lame to watch because you can't make it safer. Like you can try, but like it's just turning into points, and nobody. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I would say I would try to steer my kid into a safer sport. Like even lacrosse, like it's so physical, but you're less likely to take that concussion.
no, yeah, and selfishly, like I do not want football to go extinct. I want to keep seeing this. I know there's money in it, but it's like fantasy, and it's not going to disappear. It's bigger than the world right now. The business is not going to stop. But yeah, like you said, you're watching this. It's not just where it's like, hey, you want to be wary of your hitting your head. It's not just that. Every hit you take with that car crash force is shaking your brain against your skull. And that's just repeating on every single hit, and that's gonna deteriorate over time. But Jack, you played football too. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, if my kid has any of my genes, he'll only play when it's like 40-0.
Yeah, like if he sucks, I'll be like, hey, do yourself a favor.
But,
Let's chill out.
like,
Maybe this isn't for you.
He can play all he wants, but for someone good like Bursick who played every play, like that is hard on your head.
Thanks, Jack. But I was amazing. But the question I was going to ask you, Jack, do you have any lasting like pains or injuries just from high school football?
My hip, but
there you go. That's my point too, because we just talked about this the other night watching the Jets game, I think. But we were saying like broken fingers, and I was lucky enough to never have like a total like finger displacement thing. But like Zach was saying, he's had 3 dislocated fingers where they have to pop them in. I've had at least 4 broken fingers, like where I can't use my hand the next week at school. And although that's like a walk-off injury, like you can rub it off or whatever for a week or so, we watched our buddy Cameron break his ankle, and that's like, I'm surprised. Like, props to him for making it, but like, Jesus, like if I can avoid that by reducing the physical contact.
And it's like you're making money, but at what cost? Look at Travis Kelce. He's getting like blood drained from his knee. He talks about what this does to the body, but it's a way to make money. And it's great. And it's like, I want to toss a football with my kid. That's going to be awesome. But I also don't want him to, probably have something that's going to, deteriorate his health. My kid's playing golf. He's coming out of the 60s.
I was going to say the same thing. He's swinging a golf club right out the womb.
Oh, man, it's the best sport, bro. It's the one you could play with a drink in your hand, with a cigar in your hand, a heater. You could play in high school competitively. There's money in it. It's the game. I love it. I'm with you there.
Well, a quick question though. So back to the whole football thing. That's the whole reason I'm cool with players making money, even if it goes down to the high school kid who's like top recruit and he's making local commercials. That's why I'm in favor of NIL.
Yeah,
but then it'll never be the same now.
Oh,
they'll
no,
never be able to take money away from. Yeah. And so like now the game will inevitably change, and that's going to be interesting too.
I said this yesterday. Arch Manning is the stat came out before Burrow got his deal. Arch Manning as a backup at Texas was making more annually than Joe Burrow's NFL contract. Yes, that's correct. Not
here's a question.
Yeah.
Dylan, sports question. Do you think Colorado's legit, or you think it's just fire?
Dude, don't doubt Dion. So everyone's talking about everyone's saying they're gonna stink. Then all of a sudden everyone's taking their over. They only had 3.5 for their win total. they are going to have 3 wins in 3 games after this weekend. And then they go to Oregon, where they're also, I saw, 20-point dogs. Are we not fucking taking Buff's money line? You know, like, I could see them beating Oregon. I mean, yeah, I see his pregame shit. I would run through a wall for that dude. I fuck with Dion hard. I want him. I would give him a blank check tomorrow to coach Boston College. I would give him
also
City.
He's able to use, like,
he connects with the players.
Lucky enough to do a football. Yeah, I did a football camp at Boulder 1 year in high school, and stepping on that field is electric compared to stepping on Mizzou's field. And it's not because of anything other than like the scene, the wet, like, it's such a beautiful thing. So to follow a great coach and then he's bringing talent there, I think they can run with that for sure.
And I love that he slept in his office the day before the home opener. Like, he just does shit differently. I love it.
Good to see him play USC. That'll be a big test.
No, Oregon will be a good test. All right, last thing for me, and then we'll get to the tea with Jack D. So Biden, this was also a headline. Biden's apparently doing an expensive campaign to spin the negative image around his age. Hey, you want to know an inexpensive campaign for any and all of his opponents? Keep putting a camera in front of them or a microphone. Holy shit,
dude,
bro.
they cut him off the other day.
Yeah, he's just rambling in Vietnam, Taiwan, and he's just going, I gotta go to bed. It's like, what, dude? Like, all right, I feel that, but what the hell? You can't even do it. Holy shit, I feel bad. The aid industry in this nation, I feel, is like the toughest jobs, where you literally have to, sir, Mitch McConnell, why are you freezing, staring for 40 seconds, being a meme? Jesus
Regardless
Christ.
of political, it's insane. That's the leader of the free world. It is someone who's like, going to bed. Like, how can
it's scary.
Wait, do the Democrats even have a debate?
That's a good question. Or are they gonna just roll with Biden?
When political parties, like, put their candidate forward, typically they'll run with a president, like,
the incumbent, right?
But
this is an interesting scenario. I got to tell you, day by day.
Are they backing Joe Biden?
All the reports, it's very quiet. All the reports right now I'm seeing is like, hey, they're not. It's kind of like a Caesar moment. They're not gonna, because Biden says he wants to go again, but it's like we're all kind of like, is that a good idea? But I guess they don't want to say anything.
He's not gonna win if he runs again. There's not a single person in this nation that thinks that guy can even like stand up.
No.
Then
taken away. He's like that. He's like my grandma when we had to put her in a home. Like he's
it's
old.
bad. It's bad.
Like and then Kamala said something the other day, I want to say like a week or two ago, where you, Austin, probably missed it, but she said something like, if Biden falls ill, I'm ready. And that just got so much backlash. Obviously, but I was just like, see, people, I don't think people even like his running mate. So I could see them changing his running mate.
Yeah, I don't think people enjoyed the last 4 years, even those that voted for him.
Does anyone know if the current president has to debate at all, like during the election?
That's a good question. I don't remember if he did or not.
What was that term?
Well, it was Bush. Wait, so who? Bush had to go against Kerry, right? And I think he debated him, if I'm trying to remember correctly.
It incinerated in a debate.
Oh my God.
Like I said,
Bro,
party
I would
president.
debate him.
Yeah.
Party presidential.
Sorry, if they were serious about him, like, it's at all costs. He's almost like Franklin Delano Roosevelt when they put him up on stilts, right? Like, we're kind of just hiding and trying to push him through, like leading the country with saying as little and doing as little as possible. But yeah, it is scary. It's like, I'm a guy who doesn't vote, and I'm just like, I'm not going to vote, but I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Then for like a year, him and Lee Corso need to be roommates in a home. Just got to put them, you got to hang it up for both of them.
What does Ian Corbett have to say about it all?
That's a good question. I mean, he likes to laugh at Biden. All right, Porter, I think we're all right. He likes to laugh at Biden. But he can't do. He's not a Trump guy, you know. Like he can't do it.
Like
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. We might need some filler here.
does he like Vivek?
That's a good question. I don't even know if he knows who Vivek is. I'll have to ask him.
Bro, there's some good Republican candidates that are like kind of more moderate that he might like a lot. Also, RFK is like stick it to the man.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has their skeletons. I mean, I guess they're all. I don't mind a good conspiracy theory, but yeah. I mean, to your point, at least I'm voting. I'm not voting, but at least someone can hold a conversation that would have my vote of confidence. You know, like. You know, we could talk in front of a microphone. You know, we literally do this for fun. We're just friends, get together. We talk in front of a microphone better than the president. I mean, like I think the viewers and listeners would agree with that, which is crazy.
Do you guys listen to the All In podcast?
I've seen clips.
It's the best podcast out there. Yeah. Chamath Papa. It's by far the best podcast out there. You should listen to it. They talk about finance, the news, you know.
From that on TikTok.
Dude, honestly, I'm in maybe this is the next phase, but I've almost outgrown podcasts. At least I don't have one that I listen to consistently, other than fantasy football today during in season. Because like that's something that it's knowledge based. I'm learning something I'm interested in. Like, I don't know. I listened to the Levitard show forever. I was a loyal follower, but then I don't know. I couldn't get into it again. People listen to PMT. Like, that's obviously had continued success.
Yeah, I find myself like going in waves of listening. Like I'll become like really into it, and then I'll just like not for 6 months.
But that's the beauty of on-demand content is it's there for you. We know we don't expect you to check out every week, every day, you know, every single consumed thing. But that's why you generate it for that new audience, for the you know, your current audience, and to the ability to go viral for the new audience.
But what I was getting at is that they've had Vivek on, they've had Chris Christie on, and they had what's his face, the Florida dude. Wait,
DeSantis.
I don't know if they had DeSantis, but they had one other person. Oh, they had RFK on, and like it's by far the best way to like get to know these presidents, because they just have a whole conversation, don't cut it, and ask them the hard-hitting questions like, how are you going to fix the budget? Like, what are you going to do about immigration? And I highly suggest listening to those three because it made me like them all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right too. I while you were saying this, it sparked in my head, like, put the presidential candidates on the top podcasts, and because they have a chance to answer honestly before getting interrupted and all the stupidness, it's like, put them out in there, everyone can digest it, and then make their educated decision, rather than this, like, you know, the rat race we're in.
How about the heady play by Trump saying, I'm not going to that debate? He sits down with Tucker himself. I mean, that dude just knows the game. I had a good question. I forgot what it was, but maybe I'll get back to me. We're moving into the T with Jack D. With that being said, I feel about as old as Biden, just turning 29 yesterday. I've got a statement. Austin, you turn 28 soon, right?
I do, Friday.
My happy early birthday. Every birthday post 25 is so overrated. You almost don't even look forward to it, dude. You almost dread it.
But also, you know what? Also, you realize who's actually real friends in your life. Because at least for me, the number of texts come down like by 50% every year.
Every year, yeah. No, the best is like you go back, or like it's just a conversation with that person. It's just happy birthday, just every year. Or Facebook, like that's why I can't delete Facebook. Is fucking you know, I would lose track. I would miss someone's birthday. You know, who I would like want to make an effort to be like, hey, fucking happy birthday, bro.
I went back to that was 2 years in a row of happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. So I just skipped on wishing them one because it was 3 years. It's just
With that being said, I want to do something kick-ass for my 30th next year. Also, I was throwing this out with Brent. We should do something as September birthdays, like we do something crazy in like San Diego, like a golf trip. We go to a Padres game. We go out downtown. We go to the fucking beach. Get like 20, 25, our last hurrah, 30, 29. But
There's
Dude, let's do it. I also got unlimited PTO with this new gig.
That's gas.
So,
I just became a platinum member on Delta. It was expensive. Well, it was expensive here, but it's fire. Perks are crazy. How about those Mexican aliens? Bro, I must have been like still waking up when I saw that this morning. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, so we're all saying that's cap, the Mexican government, showing the aliens from Men in Black 1.
So the only reason it really messed me up was because I have a guy I follow who is a very credible like mathematician in our world, whatever. And he actually posted something where he's gone and like seen some of these things himself, and he does like explorations to Egypt and all over the world now, like that he's retired. But I was like, he's posted something kind of following them up, and I was like, okay, is there something real here? Like what? I was just as baffled as you.
Yeah. Cap Jack.
Well, the reason we know it's fake is because it looks like
what we think an alien looks like. Yeah.
Like, obviously, real aliens aren't going to look like what we just thought they would.
Yeah, Jack Duncan and Randy Corbett share a birthday, as does St. Patrick. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah. Well, so I read a little more into it, and apparently it's all the article said like Mexican government uncovers, and it was a hearing they had where they had some dude who's like an expert in this stuff come show it, and apparently in the past he found a being that they was like it's an alien, but it was just a mummified human that got like fucked up by the weather, like in this past hearing. So that's why I don't know what to believe, but like it literally looks like an alien, like that's been drawn out of a movie.
Yeah, exactly. It was. And then after I saw it a couple times, I was like, okay, I'm a fucking idiot. Well, at first, I was like, what? I was like, what the fuck?
So many funny.
Yeah, the memes. Like, me when I take an edible. Dude's just chilling.
Yeah, and it's like it's the alien.
Did you see that headline out of Missouri where like some church in the middle of Missouri had like a nun who was preserved or something, and like it's drawing like crazy, religious people? Alex, you're nodding your head.
I've heard about it. And yeah, I just same thing. I saw articles about how a ton of people are kind of like
they think it's like a miracle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Austin, were you saying something?
I was just gonna say Elon Musk has gotten interviewed, and people are like, have you seen any sign of alien? Because like he's got SpaceX and everything. He's like zero, not even an eensy beensy wit.
Maybe he's in with them.
But maybe that's national security. But he also theorized in that same podcast where he was like, but so yeah, he's like, he hasn't seen anything yet, but he still was open to believing that there's the possibility, and then would ask the question, because it would be pretty bad for them to not have. Why aren't they showing themselves to us if they are out there? Which I thought was pretty ambiguous. And
Elon Musk has also said that there's a really good chance we're in a simulation. Yeah. So
we are.
We'll take what he says with a grain of salt.
Dude. Yeah.
Last thing on politics too, the Jack D is coming up right here, but is just because you guys are in Dallas, like immigration is a huge issue. I don't see that in Minnesota, but New York's finally like, yo, shit's crazy. Nothing in Dallas. You're not like nothing's crazy. No,
nothing that I've noticed.
The one who sends them all to New York, so I don't think that.
Yeah, it's already. They're already out of Texas. He busted them to New York.
It is pretty crazy though that they can just come in here and we just like take them on a bus to the nearest city and say like have fun.
In Denver, I had experienced several. I've had several. I've watched like several people not be able to identify themselves, and then cops take them away.
Yeah, jeez.
But they don't send them back. anymore. They used to send them.
I don't know. And then the worst part is I also had to go to court to vouch for a coworker who was trying to become a legal citizen
Oh,
at
wow.
like 7 years deep. Has kids here, like his wife's, and they're like threatening to deport him because he's like in the system. And I'm like, dude, and like, yeah, I was like, the guy shows up to work 6 out of 7 days a week, as in he works all week, spends one day. Yeah, it's a terrible situation.
That's not fair. Dude, there was this.
Yeah.
There was this island. It was either in Greece or like off the coast of Italy. Like that, the population is only like it's tiny. It's like a tiny island, and they dropped off this boat of like some Central America migrants, and it like literally like basically almost overtook like the population of this small island, and they were like, we don't know what the fuck to do. It's like they dropped off like 3,000 people.
Yeah,
crazy.
Jesus. Let's get caught up and then get out of here.
All right. So I'm going to start with. Actually, I'll wait for Dylan to get back to talk about that. But El Chapo's wife has been released from prison after 2 years in a U.S. prison. She's kind of bad, but
Pull her up. What'd she do?
just, I mean, was married to El Chapo, like the drug lord. I mean, guilt by association.
Who
Like,
the previous wife? You say?
El Chapo's wife. Yeah, she got released today.
Nice.
Pull
Yeah.
her up.
Kind of looks like
Life.
her mugshot.
Looks like who?
Kim Kardashian.
Really?
You got the money, probably.
Yeah, she kind of does.
That's a lot of plastic.
Yeah, it is.
This might be more realistic.
What's El Chapo look like?
That was
Right there on the yeah.
Isn't that
when
Pablo?
he was recently arrested.
El Chapo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kind of bad.
All right, so yeah, exactly. I'm gonna do one of the suggestions for TV in the middle because it was so messed up. I watched last night on Netflix the Boy Scout documentary about dude, that they had a documentary about how the reporter who like broke the story on the Boy Scouts because they had all these hidden files about the child abuse, like 82,000 reported cases. Dude,
It's like the church.
it's fucked up. They literally did everything. There was this dude who for 20 years would just go, he would get caught. And they didn't want the press. So he'd be like, don't tell the authorities. I'm going to get help. And then he'd just go to a new city and become a troop leader.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys should watch it. It's pretty hard to watch.
What's it on?
Netflix.
Okay. I'll have to check it out. Dude, there was literally in New Canaan, Connecticut, where I grew up before St. Louis, there was literally like some dude got convicted in town, like 19,000. He was a fucking troop leader or whatever. Jesus.
And Austin, the Boy Scouts of America headquarters where they show all this shit going down is in Plano. So it's right down the road from us. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys should go and get content there. Take a video, just gotta say, hey, answer for your crimes. We saw the documentary.
Dude, yeah, you guys should watch it. It's actually pretty crazy. Elon shared a image today on Twitter of Amber Heard role playing as an Overwatch character when he used to hook up with her. Can't believe he tweeted that.
He pulled a Dylan Danis? What the fuck?
Yeah. Doesn't Elon now have 11 kids and they just found out he was like hiding one?
Yeah,
didn't he have one with his secretary?
I think so, like a Tesla employee, but he named his newest kid Techno Mechanus.
Yeah.
Kind of sick, honestly.
I'm just waiting for
army
Elon
of these-
Jr.
Yeah, there's gonna be an army of these cats running around America in 20 years, and they're like, yeah, I'm one of Elon's.
Him and Nick.
Like, just because you're gonna
They're gonna be making TikToks. It's gonna be ass.
Yeah. The WWE and the UFC have officially merged into one. It's a pretty big deal.
I don't know what's Endeavor. I mean, there's so much money. I'm never a wrestling guy, but that thing is like huge. It's crazy. It's bigger than UFC. I'm a diehard UFC guy. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but I imagine money.
They merged, Austin. Their parent Endeavor Streaming.
What's it called?
Endeavor Streaming, like an Endeavor, like a
That's fucking stupid.
They were like, I think they're just like an asset company that like.
Yeah, so now they're going to be like a streaming network where you could pay for the WWE pay-per-views and the UFC pay-per-views. So that probably means, I mean, Disney's probably going to lose that deal. ESPN will lose UFC soon. I would imagine they might as well just go themselves.
Speaking of that, Dylan, do you don't have Spectrum, do you, up in Minnesota?
No, but yeah, so they them and ESPN had issues and they had like a month blackout.
Yeah, they finally reached a deal, but yeah, they did it out right before the Mizzou game in St. Louis, the first game.
That's crazy. Because it's like so like, you know, I saw maybe it was a TikTok rabbit hole, but it's like the only reason cable TV still exists is because the big pharma is propping them up. Like all the ads there are like, you know, hey, have you had mesothelioma? You know, like those are the only ads on cable. You know, it's like, wait, so that's the only reason they're making money and staying afloat and now this, you know, negotiation because ESPN was like, what the fuck do we need you for? We have our own app, you know? So it's really kind of spelling the end for what cable is going to be to us.
I will say though, I have noticed lately with my friends who still have cable, like in group chat with them, that any streaming service is still like a couple seconds behind.
Yeah,
cable. Like,
but it's like, yeah. I mean, what do we, you know? Do we care that much?
Bro, do you ever miss the art of just scrolling the tube?
Yes, dude, I love it. I used to love literally like you're like scrolling and you find a good old school like comedy movie like on TBS and you just watch it with the commercials. Like I love
simpler times.
You're halfway through.
Like I haven't seen this in forever. This is.
I like doing that at hotels. It's like, hey, I'm trying to go to bed. I'm not trying to watch Sports Center. Like Friends is on or something. And it's like, yeah, go to it. You go to sleep to that.
You can kind of do it with YouTube TV.
Yeah. But see, like I would argue because you should be still on YouTube because that's like TV. YouTube is now new TV, right? I literally just did the YouTube TV for Sunday Ticket. First time I've had Sunday Ticket in 4 years. I had to come back. Holy shit. Fucking awesome.
Awesome.
Same.
Like,
what were you doing before?
Bro, I was watching the fucking Vikings in the game of the week, like a poor person. I literally couldn't. I couldn't watch it. It was terrible. I literally was forced to watch the Vikings all year.
Dylan, you're the guy that will pay for MLB.
Yes.
Pass.
Well, no, I wasn't because Sunday Ticket used to be exclusively through cable, so I couldn't get it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So I was literally celebrating when they went to YouTube TV because I'm back. Holy shit, I'm so back. Yeah, the game of the week. I was forced to listen to fucking Tony Romo every goddamn week. I was the only guy who was ahead of the times on Tony Romo. I'm like, this dude's a clown. Everyone's like, oh my God, he's predicting plays. Holy shit. People are so fucking sick of Tony Romo now. It's hysterical.
Yeah, he just goes off track and
he doesn't make sense. Jim, I don't know, Jim.
Jim's gotta be like, dude, shut up.
Dude, like, he's gone on podcasts and be like, yeah, because he's friends with Tony. He's like, I don't know why people don't like. It's like, Jim, we listen to you. Like, you can hear as an announcer how much you're kind of like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Drake said he's dropping a single this week. His new album comes out September 22nd.
Hype.
Hopefully. Rodgers how does that even happen?
Holy shit. Dude, Achilles injuries like that's just thinking about the Achilles like makes me cringe. Like it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. So I hate seeing shit like that.
Dude, I had an Achilles tendon injury like a month ago. But it was just like a little like a sprain or something.
Yeah, strain.
But I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk for like 7 days.
Yeah, that's God.
I'm still scared to like run because I don't want to pop it. I would be out for a year.
Fuck.
Apple announced at their event that they will be all the new iPhones will be switched to the USB-C cable which is kind of fire because like if you have like my work laptop's a new Mac and it's like that's the charger.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
Did you
nicest for
see the
everything.
video? Did you see the leaked video? I don't know if it's leaked, but they have an extra button on the side.
Yeah,
It's the action button. Yeah.
Which I do not like the click for the thing that turns the sound on and off. I'd rather push it, so I'm in with it.
Yeah, mine's always permanently off, basically. So I feel like I haven't even touched that button in 5 years. Like I'm always on
What are you
vibrate.
talking about?
The flick, the vibrate loud flick button.
Oh.
But mine always breaks because I'm pretty clumsy and drop my phone.
I need a new phone so bad. Yeah, so the new iPhone's out, and people are just like, I think I saw a clip from XQC, and he just goes, "It's the same thing," in his fucking accent.
Dude, it is insane that every single year
it's like Madden, yeah.
Thing, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, a new charger! I gotta get it."
It's just, I mean, like, holy fuck! Like, we are living the simulation where we buy Madden every year, which is just a glorified, roster update, and then we buy the iPhone every year because they're probably, shutting our battery life out. Hey, new design. We put a color on it. You need to get the new one.
Bro, you're right. Madden is literally just a roster update.
Dude, Madden sucks. They like it. That is the worst sports game. Like, I wish 2K would because EA Sports has a monopoly on it. Why can't we get a different video game company to make NFL? And we need the college football.
Why does it suck?
Oh, dude, like the gameplay's terrible. They haven't changed franchise mode in like 10 years and like all the other different. So it's literally just like you get it for the roster and the new players you can play as the rookie, and then it has like the most glitchy gameplay of all the major sports. And will be the show's goated.
Really?
I love it.
All right. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but after Biden said he had to go to bed, the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy it opened an official impeachment inquiry on him.
I don't even know what that means. It's didn't Trump get impeached twice and he's still running for president? So it's like, all right, cool.
Can't they be like how you take away someone's license, like incapable?
Yeah, incapable of conversating.
Incompetency.
This is kind of a simulation. McDonald's says they're starting that by 2026 they're gonna phase out all self-serve drink machines.
Bro, my dad texted my family and was like, "McDonald's is going down." He's like, the only reason people go there is to refill their iced teas. I'm like, Dad, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's crazy. Dude, have you been into this is the future of McDonald's where like they've got the self-ordering. Like, have you been into a McDonald's where it's literally just no one's even at the counter? There's just a guy that brings out your food like as you're waiting there with a number.
Dude, that's why I think they're doing it is they're gonna try to be like the first ones that they phase
fully
out,
computer, or robots.
Yeah, so it's the start.
Did you see at the Rams game that the new movie about AI, the creator brought out those legit fucking robot fans and people were freaking the fuck out
next to people?
Yeah. What if they just fucking like strangled the guy next to it? Like, just what if they just glitched there and they just fucking started going after people?
Yeah, I'm out on that. Okay, Taylor Swift, she's hiring. Or USA Today is hiring, this is insane, a reporter that strictly reports on all things Taylor Swift. That's their entire job is to just report on Taylor Swift. Also, she has been hanging out with Travis Kelce. So,
oh, really? After I thought she fucking shunned him or something. Now they're in.
They quietly started hanging out after she shunned him. That came out the other day.
Bro, she's the most overhyped celebrity in the world. What's so great about her? Her songs aren't even that good.
Old songs are awesome. Her new
song, T Swift,
like Our Song, Love Story, like that
Love Story, Sparks Fly, bro. Yeah, guilty pleasure for me. But I'm not gonna go see her concert. Like, come on.
Folklore. Not
Bro,
with
I don't know. I think her old songs are like whatever. But can we also agree on one thing? She's kind of a whore, right?
Whoa,
Nina.
Jesus.
Nina, what?
All
This is why we can't go
All right.
live.
Bro,
I was gonna say,
Bro,
like,
okay.
she's a cult leader. I would agree with that with her concert. Like, those people are crazy.
No, bro. What I meant by that
She's got a
is
roster.
that she's like dates everybody and then makes a song about it, and then it's like, what's his face makes the paper doll song,
John Mayer, right?
which is
Yeah.
fire song.
Your
And
team,
everyone's
John
like,
Mayer.
oh my
or
god,
something.
how could you? But it's like, well, maybe she is like,
We're gonna
maybe you should cut all this so I don't get attacked.
No, that should be a
Gonna be a-
poll. This is 100% staying in. Sorry.
was saying how our next song is going to be about how Travis Kelce is washed and can't run a route anymore, and he's going to not hit his yards for the season. And
That'd be awesome.
maybe just
Just
bleep out. Maybe just bleep out the horror part.
I got you.
Dude, if we get an Taylor Swift song and she's actually like talking about like routes or anything like football related, I'll be dead.
Her next song is
So-
going to be about Austin calling her a whore. What else we got, Jack?
Swifties are going to come for you're good that you're off socials.
That's going to be fire for engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, come at them. Can't even find them.
This is that LeBron, KD, Steph, Devin Booker are all reassembling for the 2024 Olympics for Team USA. That's sick.
See ya, Anthony Edwards. Oh my God, he beat Germany. Holy shit, bro. Anthony Edwards. So yeah. Where's the medal, bro? Where's our medal?
Yeah, you hate Anthony Edwards.
Bro, I'm the only one with eyes in this goddamn fucking sports world. I swear to God.
New study suggests vaping could lead to lower sperm counts.
Yeah.
45 days.
Really, you're off the vape. Hey, congrats.
For now, but 45 days. I'm kicked it for good. We're out.
I love a good.
Also is vaping's fucking up our generation as well.
Oh yeah,
dude. There's kids in middle school that do it, and they're like,
"Oh, that's what I'm saying." Like,
like all middle schoolers do it.
Oh yeah, like what? You know what's gonna happen? You find your kid's vape or Juul or something, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, because I got off the. Don't get me wrong. I don't smoke cigarettes at home, but I love a drunk cigarette. On vacation. But I also love taking someone's Juul, but I won't be the guy to actually buy a Juul for myself. Yeah. So what am I going to do if I find my son's Juul? One, I'm taking a couple of fat ass rips. And then two, I don't know what I'm going to say to him. Like that's going to be crazy.
Dude, what happens?
Because I'd be like, I get it. I did that too. But it's like, hey, this is probably a habit you shouldn't have.
Son, you don't blink, right?
Mm-hmm. What happens in 50 years, 40 years when all of us are dying from Juul, like
yes.
E6?
No.
Like,
what about when all of us get cancer from having iPhones? Like it just.
Dude, it's because time literally just repeats itself. Like it's how everyone in the 20s and like through the 70s and 80s smoked cigarettes, and then they had this big thing where cigarettes are out and they kill you.
And so then it's the next thing. Yeah. No, good point.
Yeah.
But dude, how can
the Great Depression were like kind of in the same time frame?
Yeah.
But I just don't get how people can actually think it's healthy for you when you're literally inhaling vapor.
Like a microwave, or like heating coils and shit like that.
TikTok of them taking a bar, dude, it'll make you throw up. Like what is on the inside? It looks disgusting.
I mean, you ever look at the end of a cigarette filter too, where it's like that grosses people out, but I'm like, yes, nice tinge of brown.
Dylan, your airline is catching some huge flack.
Why?
Delta. They offered a woman $1,800 after losing her dog.
All right, come on, hold on. What was it in the? First of all, come on. Can we stop bringing our pets on the fucking airline? And what are they? I didn't know this was a thing, but I guess they put your dog sometimes with the luggage. I think
Yeah.
so. That's how they lost it. Yeah, that's on the dog.
What?
Yeah, I
No,
think
for sure. The dog died. They said they lost it. That's for sure
Yeah.
what had to happen.
that's tough.
Wait, I don't get it. They literally pretend like act like it's luggage.
Yeah.
No, well,
They put
yeah,
him down
well,
low.
so it's like, yeah, if it's a big dog or something, I think they have to like, find a spot for it, so they put it down with everyone's bags. What if we just
That's
ate
how it
your
was
shit?
that's how it was for years. And then there's a few too many dogs or pets that would like pass away in
Right, because
transit.
yeah, that's
and,
not the safest travel.
right. So now people all bring them on the plane. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Love Delta.
All right. New suggestions. New trailer dropped for Killers of the Flower Moon, the new Leo movie. It looks fire. I think it looks awesome. Comes out in October. Leo Martin Scorsese
I
movie.
hope it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. The Boy Scout documentary. I also want to watch the Jason Kelsey documentary that just came out on Amazon. I think that's kind of interesting. And then what's coming, dude? So I don't know why Netflix is starting to get some like recycled HBO shows, but like Ballers is on there right now. But I was looking on the new and upcoming the other day, and they're putting Band of Brothers on there. And I never watched that all the way. I heard that's fucking amazing. So I'm gonna watch that. And then they're also putting the show from Showtime that I watched on there that's called The Battle for Uber. And it's like the story of the Uber founder. And I've watched it. So it's coming on Netflix. It's a lot easier to watch than on Showtime. So if you haven't seen that, definitely watch it. It's really good. It's with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Cool. I recommended this last week. Warrior on Netflix is awesome. It's like a new school kung fu, and a lot of action. I love it, and it's also like a glaring kind of look back at how racist our history was, but for Asian Americans. Like it takes place kind of like in the real early, before electricity times, back when like everyone was immigrating to California. So it's like a tough watch in that regard, but it's a really well done show and it's entertaining. All right, I think this was super entertaining. This was a great ton of content. Austin, welcome back. Glad to have you. Always welcome. You got something?
Wait, I was gonna ask you, do you still have a record of like all your bets in the past 5 years?
For the last 2 years, yeah.
What do you like sitting these days? All time?
Dude, like the last 8 months, I've actually been positive, but my whole gambling career has been me kind of whittling down to where I actually figure out is less and less bets. I used to throw money like it was nothing. Now I'm like trying to be smarter. So I think I'm down like 60 units over the last year, but last 8 months have been positive.
Well, how many total bets do you have?
Oh, bro. I mean, like, what in my life? This year I have nearly 4,000 accounted for.
Holy.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that 60 doesn't sound so bad then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people
every
are
day?
like, I actually have won more bets than I've lost, but I throw like a ton of units on UFC like favorites and I'll lose there. And then like, yeah, I'm hitting at 51% this year, which is kind of fucking crazy, but I'm still down. But my 2 MLB plays are looking all right now. All right,
Do you
we'll
make a
talk to you
bet
guys
every
next
day?
week. What you say?
Do you make a bet every day, no matter what?
No, sometimes during the summer I won't. I mean, I won't. I'll definitely bet on football. Yeah, I'm at least looking at a bet a day. Sometimes I won't place one, but I'm looking, dude. That's probably my passion. I would love to. I mean, I love talking in front of a microphone, sport broadcasting, but sports gambling, I could look forward to every. Like, I wake up and the first thing I am doing is like capping.
Me too. Do it.
Dude.
Let's start a show. I bet every day. Prize Picks. I'm a Prize Picks wizard.
Let's get
Dude,
it.
is it legal where you live, Dylan?
No, tribal conflicts, and I get boned. I've literally been with this guy, Andy Stoops' fraternity brother, for like 6 years or something. I've been with him. He used to take my bets on pen and paper. But now I got the old school fucking website, you know. And
Well,
honestly,
dude,
I would still go. I like my bookie. I have a good rapport with them. So he loves me.
dude,
I'll tell you that much.
there's this thing called Odds Jam. I think I've showed you it, but it compares every
the
sports
EV.
book
Yeah.
compared to what the actual line should be. It tells you your EV, and it'll tell you when you have expected value or positive whatever value. And the guy's won over $1 million.
That's how you can arbitrage bet if you have the bankroll.
Right. But
Right,
none of
if
us
you-
live
yeah.
in a none of us live in a betting state. So
Prize Picks is legal and that works if you like props. That's my
the guy does that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check him out, Jack.
All right,
I
good
will.
stuff. We will
might.
talk to you guys next week here on Wingin' It.